This particular variety of apple is called Sunset, and it was raised at Igtham in Kent in 1918. It's a seedling of the Cox's orange Pippin. It never became very popular, partly because it's a very small apple. This is maybe not a very large one, so I can enclose it in my hand, but this is the average sort of size we get for Sunset. If you don't thin them quite actively, then this is the sort of more typical size that you'll get, and this is the biggest you'll ever get. And that's a quite active thinning in a good year. It's a greenish yellow apple. It ripens to yellow and it becomes quite soft by that stage. It's now the first week of September, and we picked these a little bit early in some ways. So you've got a greeny yellow background and a reddish orange stripe. This coloration does become a bit more marked with keeping. It's a nice apple. Its two faults are firstly that it crops a very large number of apples and you have to thin it, otherwise it'll be very small. Now, that's not a bad fault actually, especially for a back garden apple. The corollary of that is it's a very heavy cropper, and every year it will always set a lot of fruit. You always have a great show of blossom, which of course is very pretty, and it's okay, you can choose to thin the apple out. Of course, if it doesn't set very much, then you can't do anything about that. But if it sets too heavily, then you can thin it, and that's okay. It's got some of the Cox flavour. It's aromatic, it's very spicy, very rich in flavour. Oh yes, the other fault is that it goes soft in storage quite early. It's supposed to keep till December, but we find that by the middle of November this is beginning to go soft. It's still a very nice apple, and actually some of our older customers really like it like that because they can eat it even though their teeth aren't what they were. So Sunset, this is one of the best known apples which was grown as a seedling from Cox's orange Pippin. To try to replace it, of course it never did. But it's a good one for the back garden. Another fault it's got is a little bit susceptible to scab, so you do want to watch out for that. But again, it's a good general purpose mid-season apple. It's ripe generally from middle of September through till middle of November, maybe December.